What up? What up? Welcome, everyone.
Hello.
It is the Biotech Buzz.
Hi,
It is that time of
everybody.
day. Hello, hello.
Yes, that time of
Getting
day,
people
that's for
pouring in a
sure.
little bit from the crypto show. It was a pretty epic show. If you guys enjoyed the crypto show, make sure you drop a one. But now it is time for Biotechs.
I wish I
Vivi,
could
how are
have
you doing
watched.
today?
Good. I wish I could have watched the crypto show. What are they talking about? The only thing that's being a little bit stable is Dogecoin.
Yeah.
Is the
Yeah.
only thing that's
That isn't that hilarious? Just the of all
yes.
the coins, that's what's stable-ish right now. I wouldn't call it stable, but
Yeah,
um
and I feel like there's a nice consolidation going on with Bitcoin, So it's a little up today, but it's been staying around 55, 56 for a while. So I think it's a great buying opportunity, for Bitcoin
yeah.
right now.
Yeah, I loaded up yesterday, so
Mhm.
definitely, yeah. I mean, I don't think it's. I think it's past that little support there, where it's. I don't think it's going to go below
Yeah,
50.
yeah, I don't think so. I think it's very stable. Looks like very stable right now. I'm definitely still holding my Dogecoin. I've been like trading in and out that too. It's the
I
only
don't know.
thing green in
I
my.
was
It's the only
convinced.
thing green in my portfolio.
I was convinced.
No.
I got in super late because so I was pretty lazy about it. To be completely honest, is I
Uh
used to
huh.
have a Binance account, but then I got pushed out of it because I'm a U.S. resident, and so
Yeah.
I didn't have a place to buy Doge. And then I went and got a Voyager account yesterday, and I was just like, well, tomorrow's 420. Will Elon push it to 69? That was what I thought was going to happen. So I bought some at like 30 something. So
Yeah.
not
It's
much. Don't stand for much gain here, but potentially we'll see.
yeah. Yeah. We'll see what happens. It's been pretty stable too. It hasn't left the. It went down, dipped to below, but it's at 34 right now, 34 cents. So I'm still holding. Like it's a gamble. It's not like Bitcoin. Like if I'm gonna put a lot of money into, I'm gonna put in Bitcoin. Dodge
Yeah.
is just for fun. It's kind of a nice to put a little money in and see it grow.
Take a
So
trip to the virtual casino.
yes,
But
exactly, exactly. It's like a virtual casino, that's for sure. And the markets, it's been like, especially for a small cap, huh? It's been like sorry guys, a shit show lately. So there was a huge dip today for a RDX. You want to put it up?
oh yeah, I got it ready. Look
Yeah.
at that.
So there was a nice little dip. It's been now consolidated for the last, it's been consolidating nicely for the last 25 minutes. So I've seen that happens to KMPH as well when you do have a decision. We're 9 days away. Unfortunately, a lot of people put stop losses, and the MMs they just pretty much manipulate. So it hits everybody's stop losses. Next thing you know, is down $1. So the big whales can load up. So we saw that happen to Travina. People were sweating like it was like the day before the PDUFA, and then we saw that with KMPH. So I'm not really concerned about this. I am. It would have been nice if I just sold at a high and bought back, right? But then you're paying capital gains. So I'm just holding, but I'm still I feel very positive with the approval of this drug. So it's definitely a hold. And for me, it's definitely a buying opportunity at 796. So that's what I was going to explain to you guys, the phenomena of the stop loss rate. It works really well. And then we have NSPR, another disaster. See, so on my right now we're like at 41, right? And my humble opinion, if I had to be a new investor right now, I would have like waiting to see the reverse split. They say that they have money until 2023. I would wait a couple of months, even like 6 months, to see how they're doing, if they're recruiting to their device for their trials in the United States. They say that it takes like device is a lot shorter than drug studies, so it should have been like a year and a half. So honestly, I would have not put myself into if I knew they were going to go through the reverse split. I thought it was like a very stable, price, and they had enough money. So I thought, okay, we're just going to sit and wait. And now the reverse split is supposed to come on the 24th. And now not only be the 24th, I think it's the 20 something. I needed to get my dates. So the float is going to get very tiny, right? So I would have definitely put this on a watch list, because you guys might be able to even trade this the day of the reversal once we have the float get smaller.
So
that
there's
would
an
be
interesting question from the chat related to that. Is someone we have comments saying, is it time to average down on NSPR? And so I mean, I would say probably during or after the reverse split.
Yes,
right?
what I would do is I would watch the day of and see what direction it's taking, right? So if I would definitely watch level 2 and watch the charts. I have a dry powder also to average down, but I'm waiting to see the day of what's going to happen. You know, are we going to have influx of day traders because it's this float is going to be only 7 million, or are we not? You know, so I'm just a little afraid of more pain coming up. So I would have just wait to average down. So I'm just waiting to see what's going to happen the day of. So I would definitely take a look at the website to see. I wish I had the dates in front of me just to see when the date, but I have that on a high alert. I've been watching the stock. And it's so funny. We got a little jump to 50 something. Did you see that, Rohan? There was a little trading there of 50, it reached like 56 like a couple of days ago.
58 almost on the top of the candle.
Exactly.
Yeah. Wow.
So who knows? I mean, there's a lot of people there at $1 average. So who knows? We might have a home run, you know, when the reverse split happens, because all we need to do is volume. All we need is volume. So we'll see what happens to that one. And then BCRX, I know I go back to my long-term holds, but I get Twitter all the time. I mean, people see like $1 of fluctuation. The next, you know, people like, what should I do? I'm almost at my buy price. Should I sell? I'm freaking out. What's going on with BioCryst? So I posted an article in Seeking Alpha talking about, first of all, the CEO on a conference call, they asked the CEO, are you still projecting $500 million in sales? And the CEO said yes to the plus side. So I'm really, really excited for May for the earnings, because the CEO pretty much saying we're doing really well. So we have earnings coming in May, and we also have we're still waiting for the AU approval. And then we have the factor D. The estimates on this article that is on my Twitter page estimates $150 a share in 5 years from now, which I think is completely doable. That puts us at a 34 billion market cap, which, you know, AstraZeneca bought Alexion for 36 billion. So I'm a firm believer on the stock. So imagine it's a multi-bagger. It's still only $11, and I still feel like in 5 years we can get to 100. So I feel very confident with the BioCryst. So I full display. I have 14,000 shares, and I'm not selling any. It doesn't matter what direction the market takes. So that would be it. And then we have a KMPH. So it's funny story, Rohan. Like my son has been bouncing off the walls for the last, I don't know, 3 or 4 years. And I always thought he had ADHD, you know, because when he is in a social settings, he is like bouncing. He was on a plane on the way to Mexico with bottles of water in his hands doing this because he didn't have his phone. His phone wasn't charged. He was driving me insane. Guys, I hit the flight attendant button. And I told the flight attendant, can you please remove him? He's being a nuisance. And they removed him out of the seat because him and my daughter were like driving me insane. 15 years old, going on 5. So I took him to the doctor. The doctor evaluated him, putting him on focal XR because Asteris is not available yet. And the doctor said, you know, because so here's a funny thing, you guys. My son is on an interview with the doctor, being a completely smart ass, completely saying that everything is fine. His grades are awesome. I don't know what I'm talking about. He does these things only when it's been asked once. Like completely like did not want to be on this medication, right? Like completely like I don't have a problem. And then you know, I literally like was so embarrassed because the doctor's like, did you tell your son you have an appointment? I'm like, yes, I did. And he's like, I don't want to be a zombie. I don't want to be an arrow and not be myself because I'm fun. I don't want to be a zombie. And I said, I don't want you to be a zombie either, you know? So the doctor's like, let's just start with the Focalin XR. Why? I mean, one of the problems with the Focalin XR is one of the benefits, it works within 30 minutes, right? And so it works within 30 minutes, but towards the end of the day, it kind of wears off. And right now the kids are in school only 4 hours a day. So for me, that would be a perfect medication for him because he needs to his first day on Focalin XR was today. So he needs to be in school and concentrate. And then if he comes home and start weaning off, I'm totally fine with that because the school has a shorter time. But the problem with the Focalin XR, you know, there's a lot of problems sometimes with the sleep and also problems with appetite. So Asteras is the drug from KMPH, is the pro-drug of a Focalin XR. So it's a pro-drug is when they take the molecule and they kind of dissect the molecule and make into a more potent but less side effect. So for Focalin XR, they capped the 4 hours, okay, the 30 minutes on set, but they capped the 11 hours. And so that's one of the doctors said, I love Focalin, but it wears off and the insurance won't pay for 2 doses. And a lot of these kids, especially going through high school, going through college, they need that efficacy at night to study for, you know, for the class, for their test the next day. So wish me good luck. He started today, but I told the doctor that when this drug is available in July, I wanted for him to switch. So hopefully the insurance will see, okay, he was on Focalin XR. Now we were getting an improved version of a Focalin XR and he wasn't doing as well. So we'll see what happens. But literally, Corinne, I want to just to strangle him. He just bounces off the wall. Like I just want to 15 going on 5. So that's my story for KMPH. I feel like the shorts are gonna have a go to town until we have sales. So it's just a waiting for me. Is a waiting period for me until we can hit the floor running and start selling this drug. But the psychiatrist that saw my son and prescribed Focalin XR is really, really excited for Steris. He's like, I always liked it. And then if they're addressing the long acting problem, this is like a slam dunk. And not having a less appetite, less insomnia, it's like, what can you ask for more, you know? So really excited about that. And wow, I've talked. Sorry, you guys.
That was a great story. We were all following along.
Yeah. So, but I wanted to go ahead and tell you guys. I know you guys gave me a couple of a bunch of tickers, and I'm sorry. I was scrambling to try to find, but I went on and talked, and I saw Anne. If you can pull that out, Rohan. It's NBRV.
NBRV.
Yeah. So, okay. So they have an approved drug. It was approved for is an IV oral lefamulin. So I don't know what indication this for. So let me see. Let me just Zenlenta. Zenlenta. Okay, it's for pneumonia. Okay, this is really weird because this is like is a acute pneumonia. It's weird because this is like a completely Okay. So they have one approved drug, which is a good sign because it's less risky, right? It has the risk. So my question to you guys before you invest in this company would be 2 questions. Do they have enough money in the bank to go through, and how is their sales numbers? So if you guys can provide me good sales numbers, good project sales numbers, and you can provide to me, they have a cash flow in hand. They have a lot of things in a pipeline. They got a complete response letter last year for the UTI indication. So hopefully that they will addressed the issue with the complete response letter. And then they have a phase 2 complete for another condition. So that would be my 2 questions to you guys. But the fact that they are having an approved drug, just like BCRX has and KMPH, I feel like the risk factor, if you have a good management, gets reduced a lot. So, and then I looked at TRL.
Trill.
Yeah.
TRL.
So
Yeah.
that would be, I mean, the biologics and how they are, their mechanism of action is really interesting. But my question to you guys is, what is the price now? Is that $9?
$9.20. That's what it's at. Yeah.
Okay, so $9.20. What is the market cap? Because the price might not mean anything if you don't know the market cap, like how many.
1.183 billion.
Okay. Wow, 1.83 billion for preclinical and phase 1.
So it's 1.1 billion.
People must really believe in the technology. So another question for me to you guys is how much money they have left in a bank. So so let's assume you have a company. So if you can pull this, Rohan, I had a RxDX. It got sold. The company got sold, but maybe you might be able to show. No, because they changed. See, now it's a new company. So they had this company called Ignita Pharma, RxDX, and they had a lot of good things on the pipeline, phase 1 and 2. And the company got bought out by Roche. So my whole thought process behind this company is, well, at a 1.2 with these phase 1 and preclinicals is because the technology must be really, really, really good. So in that case, what if that happens just like it happened when I was holding RxDX and there's a buyout, right? You also, there's a buyout, but it can also happen offering. So in my point of view, what I would do, particularly if I invest in this company, let's assume I have a $5,000 to invest. I would buy 500 shares of this company, right? They have money now. So any case that I know that they're running out of money and the shares, the price is still really good and I'm positive, I would sell 250 shares of that and wait for the offering. And then the offering would come. It will bring the PPS down. Then what I would do, I would buy back. And then another run up, company has enough cash. Maybe there is some study. We're going to have some readout. I would then sell the 250 on a run up. Then what's going to happen, because this company has 2 or 3 years, but you might miss on a buyout from another big pharma because they believe in the technology. So does that make sense, Rohan? So you kind of you decrease your cost average by doing that. Okay, you decrease your cost average by doing that because you're buying and selling, but you're also keeping your core position in case there's a buyout. So that was a big mistake I did with Fate, because I bought 3,000 shares at $3. I sold at $8, and Fate got to $100. If I had just kept to 1,500 shares and it just kind of be in and out, I got impatient. I didn't see a movement on a share price for 6 or 7 months, and I sold. And I turn around 2 years later, the company's $100 a share. So if I believe in a company, I'll never exit a full position. But I would definitely just rinse and repeat around the core position so you can reduce your cost average and you can keep a position. Next thing you know, you're doing that so many times that you pretty much have free shares on your bank account, on a trading account. I hope, does that make sense, you guys?
Yeah, no, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, so it is a way for you to reduce your cost average, because like I told you guys, IDERA is a perfect example, right? I bought 10,000 shares and I said, oh, I put it on my IRA, and maybe in 10 years, this is going to be $100. And look what happened. They had a phase 3 fail, and I would have need $32 a share, and today is $1. What is Rohan? What is IDERA today? IDRA. For me, that's the biggest example. Like, I lost so much money in there, and I Don't want you
We're
guys
at
to
a
make the same
dollar.
mistake. Yeah,
$1.01.
yeah, I don't want you guys to make the same mistake. So if I had to learn from my mistakes, it would be I'll never buy anything that does not have a near term catalyst or approval. I would keep a core position, but I would trade in and out of my position multiple times throughout the years to reduce my cost average. Hopefully that helps you guys. Do you guys have any questions at all?
Yeah, I mean, they have some takers for us for sure.
Tell
In
me.
regards to that, someone said it might get called away, but if you set the strike high enough, it's slowly lowering your cost average.
Yes, for sure. Absolutely. Yeah, I believe that. So PLX. I don't know what's going on. Isn't a PLX waiting for FDA approval and nothing? Is PLX waiting and so is FBIO or not? Can you check PLX for me?
Yeah, I have it pulled up. Let's check the overview in terms of the news.
Yeah, any news there?
As of we have news from yesterday. No, that's unusual options. So
There was
nothing
unusual
crazy.
option
We
activity.
had earnings. We had Q4 earnings. Like what 20 days ago, so a little while ago. But nothing too hot off the press. No.
I did a check CTXR, you guys. Anything that's $1.50 is like, is this gonna be any good? Let me see here. Overview. Company overview. Okay, I'm looking at a CTXR for you guys. I hate when the website is not very good. What is the pipeline to see what phase that we're in? It's not very helpful. Yeah, it's cancer, but doesn't give me like what phases that we're in for this company, you guys. Highly affecting. Okay. I don't see anything here. It's a really poor written website for this company, CTXR. So I cannot even find the pipeline graph to know what stages we are. So I'll check the presentation, the corporate presentation, and I'll let you guys know what I find for sure, because it's a really, really poor written. Okay, see how we do. Okay. So CVC infections, entering safety efficacy analysis, last visit Q2. So we're waiting for analysis on efficacy for phase 3 on Q2 to 1, which is anytime soon. I would never hold a stock waiting for phase 3 readout. Never again. Huge risk. So I would wait it out to see what the results are, and if we do have an efficacious phase 3 readout, I'll definitely be a huge buying opportunity to hold that to a PDUFA run up. But I would never hold this waiting for phase 3 readout. Phase 1, phase 2, it's a little less risky, but phase 3, hell no. So I wouldn't do it. And by the way, Rohan, we had an amazing phase 1 readout from Sorrento, but it's still times away. But it talks about 10 out of 10 patients were completely discharged, went home with, after COVID, recover from COVID. So there was news today on SRNE, which is amazing. I'm holding that stock long term. I feel like the pipeline looks really, really, really good. And there's things on a near term that's going to move the stock price. But we had some phase 1 readout today. And the market is so bad that we didn't even see move the needle today. So it's a shame. But this is a local company in San Diego. I'm definitely holding. Research before investing. Absolutely research before investing. Yes. ENG, I'm still holding ENG. It's not a pharma stock, it's a green stock. Didn't we all think under Biden? I have a WWR, I have ENG, I have a CLSK, all green energy stocks that are literally really doing really, really bad. But I still believe in ENG. Even though it's not a bio stock, I'm still holding, but it's a shame. It's small caps are completely been hammered in the market. So the only thing I would suggest if you're buying the small caps right now, it's just to buy bios that are actually have a near-term catalyst. So I covered to you guys SCSN a couple shows back. I'm definitely gonna invest on that company. They have the potential having a drug better than Keytruda from Merck. And they have PDUFA date coming, I think, in August. So for me, it's too early with this market, but I'm definitely gonna put some of my earnings from ARDX into SESN. And then another one, Rohan, that I'm still holding calls for is SENS, SENS. They have a glucose monitor. So they put in kids, and so you don't have to poke the child every single time to see how their glucose levels are. And it was approved only for 90 days to be attached to your skin. And now they're waiting for the approval for 180 days. So it's already approved in Europe, and Roche owns 11% of this company. So I have calls for July on this. So it's definitely another one that I'm holding, and I'm hoping we get approval from this amazing glucose monitoring device. You don't want to poke little kids every single day just to see their levels. So parents can monitor from their iPhones when their kids are in school, if their kids are doing well, if they're, if they are having too much sugar or not, and how to regulate their medication. So definitely feel like this company has a lot of potential. So I'm holding as well.
There we go.
So somebody asked about HJLI. I am a huge believer of this company. It hit my stop loss. It's still a year and a half away. It's very low float, so it's on my high alert in case we have news and we can at least trade it. But this company has the only treatment for CVI, which is the veins in your legs. And the only treatment right now are bandages. And so these people that are being in trials outside of the United States said that they were able to go to their normal activities and be able to actually, be able to go back to work out and do normal activities, because these veins are very, very painful. And the only thing that they had before was bandages. So this company is going to be a huge company, but I feel like we are kind of still early in a process, and the market is taking advantage of any weakness that we see out there. Anything that doesn't have a near future catalyst is getting hammered. So I would stay away for now. But I sold because it was my stop loss. I took just a tiny loss on it. But it's definitely a company that I want to invest a long term in the future for sure.
Awesome.
So we have a lot of CRNE never moves. Used to move. Went all the way to $20. I definitely will look. I'll look through these notes, you guys. And somebody was joking, saying that you were caught mesmerized listening to Vivi.
I was trying to follow along, make sure I understood everything.
Okay. So I will definitely, Cassie, $6 million indirect inside buy. Wow, that's a really good. So let me just, if we have a time, let me check Cassie real quick here. Cassie, I love inside buys, you guys. And when we see inside buys, it's like ching ching.
All right, we'll make this the last one, and then we got to finish up.
We got to finish. I'm going to miss you guys. So, okay. Yeah, there's a lot of... there's a lot going on for this company, for Cassie. They already have a drug approved in China for multiple melanoma. They already filed a new drug filing and review. So still a little times away, but I'll definitely, it's something that you think like, well, if there was this much of inside buy, is this a potential for a buyout company, you know? So it's like I would use my strategy, like I told you guys. You always wanted to keep a core position, but never buy, set and forget it when it comes to bio. You can set and forget when it comes to Tesla, Apple. Don't set and forget it when it comes to bio. You know, your account will be destroyed if you're not paying attention to catalysts and phase results. So that would be my last. Tip for you guys, and hopefully I can see you guys on Thursday.
Yep. Well, Thursday we actually do have. Speaking of Thursday, we have our clean tech conference all day on Thursday.
Ah, you do? Okay, so I'll miss you guys. I'll see you guys on
Next
Tuesday then.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So a
Okay.
little bit of a wait, but while we're mentioning that, folks, this Thursday, make sure to check our YouTube channel, or you can register on our website for the Clean Tech Conference. We were mentioning some of those green energy companies earlier. Might be taking a hit, but definitely, it's a secular, kind of like a secular change that these companies are going to be growing. So it's definitely something to watch out for.
Somebody's very passionate about KURE, so I'll cover that for next Tuesday.
There we go.
I'm making my note. Somebody was spamming KURE, so I'll check that out.
We see you. No more spamming.
See you. Yes, we see you. Okay.
All right.
Okay, guys, it was nice to see you all. Hopefully that was helpful, and I'll see you guys next Tuesday.
Yep. Thanks, Vivi.
You're welcome.
It was a great show, and looking forward to next week. All right, folks. With that,
good to see you, Rohan.
Good to see you. We'll see you guys next week. And for now, hop on over with Spencer Israel for the ETF show. All right, see you guys.